Hola, bienvenidos, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're in Sayulita, Mexico. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tour you just like I'm entering in the city. So it's gonna cost me 618 pesos to go to Sayulita from Puerto Vallarta. Let me show you our route. So we're starting out in the Galleria Vallarta shopping mall area, and then we're headed north to Sayulita. It's about an hour drive via Uber. The great thing about the ride is that you drive through Nueva Vallarta and Bucerías, which are two very popular cities in the Vallarta area. Now, Sayulita has a very interesting background and a unique draw to the area. One thing that people like most about Sayulita is that it's known to be a surfing town and kind of a hippie town at the same time. It's definitely a beach town, so if you like all three of those, this is the place for you. We are going to make our way through the tiny city. It's not a very big city at all, but it is packed. Tons of people are here. It is a high tourist destination, so you're going to be prepared to face crowds and a little bit of traffic depending on the time of year. In addition to that, Sayulita, of course, like I said, is right on the beach. So be prepared for humid temperatures, wear your shorts, bring your tank tops, and of course, wear your bikini. I left my bikini at home. From here, we're gonna navigate through the cobblestone streets, and we're coming up right into one area which is known as kind of the Grand Central or El Centro in Sayulita. Once we're there, you're gonna see there's a lot of vendors where they're selling local trinkets. There are tons of motorcycles, tons of people walking in the street. It's almost like I felt like I was walking in the middle of India. Not that I've been to India yet. I do intend to go there one day, but there's so much going on at once, you really have to pay attention to what's going on around you. In Sayulita, when you walk around the town, it's very common to walk right in the middle of the street and then hop on the sidewalk and then back down. So I'm staying in a hostel called the Viajero Hostel, and it's right in Sayulita. In fact, it's on top of the mountain. Let's take a tour. Before we take a tour of this Viajero Hostel, I want to talk to you a little bit about HostelWorld.com. Now, I travel throughout Mexico often and frequently, and I like to do it on a budget. And so one way that I can do it on a budget is to use a website called HostelWorld.com. Now, of course, they also have an app, and I find hostels many times for about 20 USD a night in Mexico. Some places are much less. So I invite you to download the app, HostelWorld.com, and yes, of course, they're on the web as well. I'm gonna send you a link, and it's gonna be in the description below. So let's tour this fantastic hostel. So I arrived, here's the name of it, and I was impressed immediately. It was 3 or 4 stories high. It looked like it was well built. It was clean. It was pretty. And there were a lot of people there. One thing that I found was interesting was the driveway, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But let's take a look at the inside. So very clean. They had food over on the left, or a t-shirt you could buy, and this is kind of the central lobby area. It's open air, so if we look straight up, you could see, the sun. So on this particular time that I was there, the weather was perfect. It was 70s or 80s in the end, or actually the beginning of February. They had several bathrooms on the main floor, so you never had to wait in line if somebody else was ahead of you. They serve breakfast every single day, all the way up on the rooftop deck, and we're going to get there in a moment as well. But the staff was friendly and very helpful. They answered all my questions. They're bilingual, which was very helpful. Now, once you're up to the rooftop deck, they actually have 2 rooftop decks. You have quite a view of Sayulita. So for the view alone, this place is fantastic. So I climbed up, got a great tour, a 360 view of Sayulita. There's a place you could work and spend some time. You could lay on a hammock, just chill for the day, and look at the murals that are awesomely decorated. And of course, relax and just feel the breezes of the ocean. So if you're stressed out and you want to find a place where you can chill for a few days, this is a great place to be. From this angle here, you can see both rooftop decks over here. So the bottom one is breakfast, and the one above it, they also have a special spot where you can get a higher view of the area. The views were so amazing. Now, it was common to see digital nomads up here, and it would be their office for the day. And what's also great is that they had a special room that was enclosed, so if you had to hop on a Zoom call, for instance, you could have complete and total privacy, and it was quiet, so the perfect place for that. And they had a swimming pool, and they had some chairs so you could sit by the pool and relax during the day. Sayulita is also an area that's growing rapidly. So new condos are going up, new developments, and in fact, right next door to this place, there was a construction team and they were looking to see what they were going to build right next door. So unfortunately, Sayulita is going to become even more commercialized than it is now. Here's the entrance to the 4th floor, all the way up. This is where you're going to see the views that are even better than the ones we've seen at this point. These views were just so amazing. And this is the area right here that they're going to develop. So this whole team was scouting out this piece of land, and they're probably going to put another building similar to the one that I'm in right here, which is going to obstruct the view a little bit. So I spent some time all the way up here. I brought my laptop with me. I got some video editing done, and I hung out with some people and enjoyed my breakfast while I was here. It was really a rough day to be hanging out here. For breakfast, there was so much food. So they brought us over, I think it was pancakes and a whole fruit bowl, and then eggs on top of that, plus orange juice and or coffee. So tons of food. If you had that, you don't even need to eat again until 3 or 4 in the afternoon, which is absolutely great. But take a look at these views. So if you don't like heights, this next part's gonna be a little scary. So I'm all the way up on the 4th floor, but this goes way down. So I thought it'd be interesting to capture this. There's no elevator at this facility, so keep that in mind. I spent a total of 3 days here. The dorms were very clean. Here's a view of Sayulita at night. It's breathtaking. And these are the stairs that you take to go all the way up to the rooftop decks. Good morning, bienvenidos. Today is Thursday. We're gonna go up to the rooftop deck and we're going to work from there a little bit. Check out this hill. This hill right here is the entrance leading to Viajero Hostel in Sayulita. All the way down, there are no stairs. And I've taken 2 taxi rides up and they had trouble getting up. So I can only imagine what this is like in the rainy season. Great thing is that there's another path on the other side of this mountain. You could take the stairs down and it leads right into the city. So it is recommended, even by the office, if you're gonna walk, is to go this other way, straight. Today, we've got a lot to explore. Let's get to it. Let's go take a tour of some of the town. Early morning, I love to have a green smoothie, so I stopped and got one of those, and then I continued to walk around and explore the area a little bit more. Now, this is not the first time I've been to Sayulita. I have been here once before. I had a great time then, but it was a short trip, so I wanted to come back when I had a little bit more time. So this trip, I spent, I believe, a week total in Sayulita. I moved to a different hostel, which I'll show you in another video. So in essence, Sayulita is just beginning. So I'm gonna welcome you to subscribe to this video, come follow along on our journey, drop a like, hit the bell to be notified of future videos, and let's explore Mexico.